Welcome to Job Reinvented Show. Level up your career with confidence. I'm your host, Panta Kalhor. Episode 17, Relationship Between You and Money with Megan Dorsey, speaker, entrepreneur, and educator. Please subscribe to Panta Kalhor Transition channel and order my book Naturally Conceived through Amazon. Thank you for watching. Managing money is one of the toughest problem that many people have. They may have enough money, but they don't know how to manage it. Not only that, some people like to invest money, or they don't know how to do it, or they don't know how to have a great relationship with the money. Some people even don't like to have too much money. At the deepest level they want, but because of the limitation and negative thoughts they have the back of the mind, so they don't know how to deal with money. Today I have Megan Dorsey. She's a young entrepreneur. Every time I talk with a young entrepreneur, I feel so happy because at this age, she's only 25-year old, but she knows how to manage the money, how to invest, and what to do with the money. Megan Dorsey is a speaker, entrepreneur, and educator. She teaches people about money, entrepreneurship, and success principles. I'm so happy to have you in this show. Welcome to my show, Megan.
Yeah, thank you for having me. And everything that you just said was really well said. So good job. It's so true. A lot of people, they don't have a very good relationship with money. And even sometimes they'll think money is evil and things like that. So yeah, very well said.
I don't feel that. I like money.
Good. That's good. It's a tool. It's really just a tool, honestly.
It's a tool, yes. So talk about yourself and tell me, how did you come up with this idea to help other people to be better, to have a better relationship with the money?
Yeah, it was a really big transition, actually. So I actually started out as an entertainer. So I was an actress and a dancer, and I did aerial arts. And growing up, I had a horrible, horrible relationship with money. Like anytime my parents wanted to talk about anything that had anything to do with money, I would freak out and say, "Oh, I don't want to talk about it." Right? And so growing up, I went to school and I got into a lot of debt with school, and I moved out to Germany, and then I moved back, and when I graduated college, I got into a lot of debt, and I didn't know what to do with my money. And and so I was like, okay, well, I'm ready to go into the business world. I am going to just find a job. And so I got really, really hungry, and I was putting out hundreds of resumes a day. And through that time, like I didn't even have enough money to put gas in my car. It was really intense. And yeah, and so I found this ad for, it was for, I think it was a ambassador and marketer or something. And I was like, okay, I'll do that. And then they called me in for an interview. So I came in and I was all dressed up in a black suit. I was ready for business. I wanted to show them how serious I was. And I get there, and there's a bunch of women there for the interview, and they're all in sundresses. And so I was really out of the group, And I found out that it was actually for an internship, unpaid. And so I was like, oh, well, this isn't going to be for me, but I guess I'll just use it as like experience, right? Well, I ended up falling in love with the women, and they were just so amazing and so wholesome and genuine. One of the women became my best friend, and she introduced me to what I do now. And so, like you said, I teach people about money, entrepreneurship, and success principles. And I got a mentor, which I love her so much. She's so amazing. And so I work with a company called Wealth Builders, and this is so my mentor, she helped me find financial freedom, and she even helped me with self-development. So I used to have a huge problem with anxiety and a bunch of internal issues, and she helped me with that. And I used to take medication. I don't take medication anymore. Um, and and I'm on my way to being debt-free. Yay. And I'm now speaking on stages, and I love serving other individuals and helping them find generational wealth. And now I love the person that I am today, and I didn't used to before. So I'm truly fulfilled, and I'm so glad that I chose this path.
Great. You know, one of the problems that you have anxiety is debt.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Because
Mm-hmm.
you just think, okay, how can I pay this credit card? How can I handle my debt?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's a truly that truly brings lots of anxiety in you,
Mm-hmm.
and you cannot even sleep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I've heard a lot
no,
of
as
stories.
soon as I can remember myself, I was in that situation as well. I was in debt,
Mm.
and then one day, me and my husband, we try to manage our money and be better with finances, and finally, after sometimes we could be out of debt. But then
Mm-hmm.
I realized we pay a lot to many things that are unnecessary. Let's say you pay a lot for insurance, for your credit card, and the problem with being in debt is that when you owe to your uh, credit card, you have to pay for interest. You have to pay more.
So my light went out.
That's one. So you have to even pay more for insurance. So you see, more debt bring more debt. You know, that's the problem. And the credit card is it's very the interest rate is very high, and they don't know, some people don't know, if they only pay the interest, at least the minimum payment, at least they don't need to pay too much. Like, they can slowly pay off their credit card, but they miss the minimum payment, and they will
Mm-hmm.
be in trouble, more trouble.
Well, actually, just paying the interest isn't the best. There's a lot of different
Yeah, I
strategies.
know. You have to add, first thing, you have to pay. Like, I try not to use my credit card so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when you don't need something, why do you buy it? But if you have to, at least you can use line of credit, which the interest rate
Mhm.
is lower, and then you have to start pay off your stuff
Mhm.
before it goes
If you
higher.
pay it off right away, that's the best.
Of
Yeah.
course, of
Yeah.
course, that's the best. I'm talking about somebody that who is already in debt.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yes. All right, Megan, what are the three best qualities of being successful in entrepreneurship?
The three best qualities or tips.
Tips.
Tips. So the three best tips into becoming a business successful in business, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I would say the first is definitely utilizing social media because it's an incredibly useful tool and it's free. Aside from if you use ads, but it's free. Like you can go on Facebook or Instagram and just totally market yourself incredibly on there. It's an incredible tool. So that's the first one. And then networking like a maniac would definitely be my second one because you never know who you're going to meet and you can collaborate with and leverage and learn from, and then
We
and then
found each other by networking. That's how
yeah,
it works.
yeah, exactly. See.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, and then the third one, I would say personally, serving. Like, just don't focus on making money. Focus on serving the other person that's in front of you, because then you have long-lasting clients and a ton of people that you can leverage. Yeah, so that's the third thing I would say.
Yeah, I like the last point, because one of the problem entrepreneurs have is that they try to make the money in the beginning.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
they
it's
don't
exhausting.
have real foundation. They don't
Mm-hmm,
have real sympathy to help the client.
mm-hmm.
So, they miss the first part. That's why they
Yeah,
fail. But if you're even in the beginning, I think, like myself, in the beginning, I try to just find where I am.
mm-hmm,
And then you do some free serving for others, just to first you learn about what you're doing.
mm-hmm.
And then after you have more experience, then you can charge exactly how the value that you have to. Like, you shouldn't overcharge, you shouldn't be in a hurry. So
Mm-hmm.
you go slowly, but you can actually build a stronger foundation.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Yeah.
Okay, do you have any program or any free gifts that you can give to my audience?
Yeah, so two. So the first one is a complimentary financial needs analysis to help people achieve their dreams and their goals, and to make a plan to be financially free. I teach people about like finding their FIN number, which is a financial independence number. And it's basically the lump sum of money that you need in order to retire. And I help people find that, and like I look at their whole portfolio, and look at to see if there's any holes or anything that I could help them out with. And a lot of the time people say they have financial advisors already, and that's great, but sometimes the financial advisors have quotas and they just want to fulfill their quotas. So I like to look at what people actually have and make sure that it's really actually serving them. The thing about how I work is that the client actually doesn't pay me. So like that's why I say I can do a complimentary analysis, because the 200 plus insurance and investment companies that I work with, they pay me. So it's a very interesting dynamic. And then the second one is I am actually, so I forgot to say, I, on the side, I'm building a platform so that I can
Yes,
help
that's
people.
what I was going to ask you. Yeah, what is this platform?
Yeah, so I'm building like I am building a platform to become an inspirational speaker to help people with self-abuse and self-sabotaging. So I'm going to be hosting a self-love retreat with a team of mine that I put together, and I'm going to pull up the itinerary. So it's 3 days, and the first day is kind of like a welcome party. We're going to get to know each other, do some meditation. Meditation is very good health-wise, and we'll have some wine tasting and just have fun with it. And then the second day is going to be basically about self-love and connection. So we'll do some morning routine stuff, energy and vitality, finding your why. Your why is a huge thing. That's what drives you to do anything in life, right? And then the third thing, the third day is about relationships and connecting. So we'll talk about like your relationship with other people, your relationship with money, your relationship um, just and other things. But yeah, so that's basically what it's going to be about, and it's going to be so amazing, and I'm so excited. It's going to be in January. So what I want to do for your audience is I can give them a discount, and I'll be taking $50 off. So for
Is this a virtual one? You
say it
cannot
again.
do the one. It's not virtual. You cannot do the wine testing virtually.
I don't think I understand the question.
I said you have wine testing.
Oh yes.
Yes, so that should be face to face. It's not
Uh,
virtual.
well, so it was going to be a virtual event, but now it's going to be more in January, and we're hoping that COVID won't be we can actually have everybody together,
Yeah.
and so I'm hoping it will be in person, the whole thing.
So if not, what do
If
you do?
not, then we'll have to make it virtual, but I have a connection where we can actually send a little packet for them, like the wine tasting, so we could just send it to them.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
good.
yeah, so it'll be fun. Well, it'll be fun no matter what. Yeah.
Okay. To whom you don't recommend entrepreneurship path?
Yeah, so I actually think the entrepreneurship path can be for anybody. It's just a matter if you're willing to grow your mindset, if you're willing to fail over and over and over again, and to work really hard because it's a process, but eventually you'll get it. But some people are just comfortable and they don't want to really fail over and over again, even though that's just a part of life, you know? Um, so I mean, that's my answer. And it's a shame that if they don't try it because it's really a rewarding path. It really is.
So you said before you've been actress and
Yeah.
dancer.
Yes.
Do you do that anymore?
No, I don't do that anymore. It was I loved it. It was my passion. I would stay up all night doing my scripts. And I wanted to be what's her name? I forget. She was in The Notebook, but Rachel McAdams. But you know, in if you go to LA and you do casting calls and all in the auditions, like it's just so risky and there's so much judgment. And during that time, I didn't really like myself. I never thought I was pretty enough. I wasn't good enough. You know, I judged myself more than the other people would judge me. So I didn't think it was the right path for me. So that's why I didn't end up pursuing it. But now, I mean, everything happens for a reason. So I'm doing something I'm in love with now. So
But what you do is not related with what you studied, right?
no, so when I was 18, I decided that the acting path wasn't for me, and I got really depressed. And so I didn't know what I was going to do with my life. So I spent the entire college career kind of figuring out what I wanted to do. And so that's why I ended up studying communications and marketing because it was more about like kind of what I like to do. So yeah.
Yeah, it's so related.
Hmm.
Communication and marketing, so related
Yeah.
because you will be failed without communication, you
Hmm.
and not
Yeah.
having the good networking because that's how it works.
Hmm. So true.
Yeah. All right. Do you have any other recommendation for whoever wants to start entrepreneurship or
Yeah, actually, one really big thing that I want to mention is that everything is all about your mindset. That's whether it's in business or in life or anything, that's something that I learned. It's really all about your mindset. Being positive like a lot of the times people when they wake up in the morning, they'll say, oh my gosh, I'm so worried about my day. I don't know what if I'm gonna go well, if this is gonna go well, and they're afraid and negative every morning, right? Well, I used to do that, and it doesn't really serve you, right? So if we work on our mindset to be more positive, and have faith in ourselves, then I think we will get by a lot better. You know, and yeah, like even in business, just having that mindset that you can do anything you want. It's just working for it, and also don't give up because you can, like I said, you can do anything that you put your mind to. It's just like if you have a goal and then you try one strategy but that doesn't work, that doesn't mean you have to stop trying to get to your goal, right? You just try the different strategies until you find one that works for you, right?
yes.
um, does that answer your question? Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
Yeah.
sure.
So yeah. That was something
So
I really had to learn when in business. Yeah.
so where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I see myself having my own seminars, and so I'm okay. A flood of a bunch of answers just came into my head. So for first, I see myself having my own seminars and teaching people how to stop their self-abusive behaviors. And everybody does it, young and old, male and female. So there's such a huge market and people to help with that. And I, I have a goal to help 10,000 people. I really want to do that just because I feel like if I could just help that many people, then this world will be a lot happier and we'll have more going for us in our society, you know? Um, the second thing is so I'm self-employed now, but I want to move into being a business owner and having a system that works for me so that I could walk away and help other people in these other realms that I want to do. Um, And so yeah, that's what I want my kids.
Good. You'll be okay. You're very young and you had a good start. And
Mm-hmm.
the good thing is that you learn every day you learn something more.
Oh yeah.
And then you get more experience and you started well. I mean,
Oh, thank
as
you.
soon as you're happy with what you're doing and you're passionate about it, then that's fine. And then because you have other things beside what you're doing as well that make you happier and give
Mm-hmm.
you a lot of inspiration, even better.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
most definitely.
Thank you so much, Megan, for being
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you
Um,
for having me. I really appreciate it.
thank you so much. Good
Hmm.
luck.
Thank you.